So do you guys remember last spring on in my films of me and Fisher and the turtles? Later on, we found where coyotes and foxes had dug them up, and there were some leftovers. So we buried them and kept them in the bathroom for 3 months. And one day, my son Jaden calls my wife and goes, "Mom, why are there turtles all over the house?" Well, they hatched, and you want to get them to a safe place as soon as possible. I'm going to let them go in a nice remote area. 4 of these have been genetically altered. Their names are Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. They will be back. They will be back. But I dedicate this to my wife and my son. I'm taking them to a very special place on the river, and I'm going to let them go. And the beauty of that is it's sort of like planting a tree. When you plant a tree, you're never going to see it really grow up and mature. These guys take 25 years before they can even breed. So long after I'm gone, they might come to that beach and lay eggs, and my sons or grandsons will meet the same turtles that we let go many years ago. I'll see you at the river. Holly Jenkins Moody is the one that made the mutagen also. She had a huge hand in making these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I have connections with cryo-freeze, all sorts of cryo-freezing genetic stuff. So I'm not kidding. So there are Ninja Turtles, and they've been released. And they're under my control. They might listen to Holly a little bit, but for the most part, they're under my control. So there's 19 in total, 19 hatched. But 4 of them have been mutated with the mutagen and everything. I'm very good friends with Shredder and Splinter. They're not even enemies in real life. Well, here we are. Well, that beach looks as good as any. We're going to have a wonderful home. My dad and I used to do this when I was a kid. If we found eggs that were disturbed and we knew that the raccoons or whatever would be back the next day to load up, we'd do it once in a while. And so it's kind of a tradition that every so often, if I come across that, I try to take the eggs and do my best to get them to hatch. And it's a long process, the whole thing. But you can't ask for a more beautiful place to live. And maybe someday somebody will come across a snapper that knew me and my gang. There's all 19 of them. And we will, Bud, you're going the wrong way. Let's watch the first guy go here. There we go. Look at that. You made it. You're supposed to swim off with joy and glee. Look at that. You made it. Now go, army of turtles. Spread the word of the fur beetles and the Thompson family legacy. There, that one there, he's the leader. See? Look at that, all 19 of them. That's the first time they've ever seen sunlight. Ooh, that guy flipped. You see? What would you have done without me? Well, he would have done that, I guess. He made it. He flipped back over. Look at that, a whole legion of turtle warriors. Fisher, I wish he could be here, but he's such a sweet kid. He knew that getting him home was more important than holding on to him, so he made me promise to video it. So definitely dedicate this to my wife and my 2 boys and my little man Fisher in particular. They're all gonna head for the river and find their way. And they all got a great chance because we made it to the river and they're safe, sort of, once they get in there. That one, see them fighting. Those two are the trained ones. See them? Right there, they were fighting. They were ninja fighting. How exciting. I didn't simulate this either. This is real. I can touch those and everything. Look at that. They're just now starting to realize. Oh, that guy's making it all the way. Look at him go. Look at that one go. He's going to make it. Ancient dinosaurs. Look at them. So cool. No, I can't take up 40 hours. These guys are taking their time. We're going to get them in the water and head back to the shack. 3 hours later. They finally made it into the water, the gang. They're dispersing out in their different directions and off to make their way in the world. And some of these could be here 100 years from now. And you will all recognize and remember Raphael, the one I'm touching. This one. Let's take a good look at him. That's Raphael right there. We're going to put him in the deeps. There. Look at him go. Look at him go. Look at him. See you, Raph. Michelangelo, the clown over here. Let's take a good look at him. You can obviously see the difference. That orange hue, and that is Mikey. He likes pizza and party times. Into the deeps. Let's see if Michael... Ooh, look at that. He went right to the bottom. The leader, semi-leader, kind of the lame leader, Leonardo. He's definitely the most skilled. You can see, you know, how he's grabbing on to, he's got his black belt and everything. And he's the most skilled of the group. Don't forget that one. See, look at, you can tell he's got drive. There we go. Yeah, look at, nothing stands in Leo's way. And finally, the brains of the group, obviously deep in thought. This guy here, right here. Donatello. You can see the purple hue. He got type 4 mutagen to enhance the intellectual level. He's the inventor of the group. Don't forget him. Very recognizable in comparison to the others. And we'll just put him on a little rock like that. And hopefully he moves at some point. Donnie's really laid back. He's thinking. Oh, he waved. All right, there you go, guys. Fur Beetle Turtles. Episode 9. Oh, there he goes. Donnie's off to the races. There he goes. Be free. I just come up with a magnificent idea. Fisher is going to head up here with my wife after work tomorrow. And I saved 4 of them. And I named them Joe, Inga, Fisher, and Jaden. And I saved them. I'm going to hide them here in the woods. I'll show you where, and tell Inga, and then she can bring him over here on the wheeler, and at least he gets to let 4 go. I thought that was a brilliant idea. They can make it one more day. There we are. Now we're going to go over here, and we're going to safely tuck them away in their secret hiding spot. Yeah, there we go. Hope there's no bats and shit in here. Jesus. Okay, so tuck them in right there. And tomorrow, and they'll be fine. They live off the egg yolk for months. They don't even eat all winter. They go bury in the mud and come out in the spring. So it's not, it's not harming them, keeping them one more day, I don't think. So good night, guys. You'll be safe there. Get plenty of air. I'll put some foliage in there for you. Look at little foliage. Yeah. Leaf lid, little bits of dirt we'll get. So we got maybe, there we go. We'll be safe in there until morning, until Fisher gets here. And then he doesn't have to feel bad that he missed it. It doesn't happen very often, and I didn't want him to miss it, but I did all this for him. He said, Dad, they need to get going, but 4 of them, I think, will find a nice, great spot right there when they get here tomorrow. So it'll be a surprise, Fishy. Love you guys. On second thought, that's kind of a creepy place. It's just a shed out in the woods, so there could be a giant vampire bat that lives in there, and then he'd have some succulent little snacks. But I did clear it, and it doesn't look like there's any bats in there. But it is a relatively creepy place to spend the night. But I don't think they mind. So in the event a giant vampire bat eats them, this wouldn't be a very beautiful surprise, and no one will ever watch it because I won't post it. I hope he's glad that I saved him. Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael. Oh, and Slash, the evil snapper mutant.
Now look at this guy with his head.
That's Raphael. See? He's a little more aggressive than the rest. Look at him. I think he's saying goodbye. Look at that. Look, just like a giant desert tortoise. Look at that big boy.
He's looking at me.
He is. He probably thinks he's telling you your dad is a few screws short of a something rather. A few bricks short of a load. He thinks your dad's mental.
I know.
Look at that. What are you doing there, kid? You're making them some islands in the stream? That is really what we are. Nowhere in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world where we rely on each other. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
What?
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. Nowhere in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world where we rely on each other. Uh-huh.